guys, it's me, Chris Kelly. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the city of Rochester Hills in the state of Michigan. And today I am here to share with you a new event or class that I'm offering to my calendar this year for the next couple months anyways. I am desperately trying to earn the trip to Costa Rica. So I'm getting very close. I'm very excited about it. But I decided that I would go ahead and add in a to-go class or a Happy Meal class. So this class is going to consist of two videos, one which will be done the last Tuesday of the month and the other one which will be done the last Friday of each month. I'll share half of the class with you at each of the lives that I'm doing, and we will go from there, and you can order the class and use the lives as your sort of tutorial for assembling your cards. Your class will include some product. I'm just trying to see if I am in here going the right way, doing the right thing. Sometimes it's hard for me to get started, but it looks like I'm here. Judy, if you can, it looks like you're here too, so if you can just leave me a comment and let me know, is my video going in the right direction? I'm having a hard time getting it hooked up with my laptop to see if it's going the right way. I'm hoping that it is. Yep, it looks like it is. Okay, so we're a go. And hopefully I'll be able to see your comments as we go along. If I can follow in my video, it's easier for me to keep track of where I am and make sure that you can see me. So as you can see, we are going to be doing some Halloween cards, and this will be for our class in the mail in August. So this last week of July, I'm going to share all 4 cards we'll be making, and then you'll have that first week in August to order your class, and I will then order the product, and it will be sent out to you that last week in August. So if you're interested in this one, we're going to be using the Oh My Fright bundle and the Web of Fun bundle. And I'll share both of those bundles with you on Friday when I'm back, as well as the designer series papers that we're going to be using. But the class of the class in the mail includes 4 cards with envelopes, your accessories, which are going to be the bats and dots and ghosts, and they are adorable. You'll get to see some of them on these projects. And you're also going to get half a pack of the 6x6 designer series paper and a half a pack of the 12x12 designer series paper. And it will include mailing right to your door. So let's jump in and get started. I think this is one of my favorite ones. This uses some of the designer series paper from the Spooktacular 6x6 pack of paper. And we're going to do a little bit of heat embossing here. I already heat embossed the words, but you can see this is one of the little ghosts that are in the package of ghosts and bats and dots. I think that little ghost is absolutely adorable. Let's see if I can get him in there. There we go. Isn't he so cute? And he's really kind of 3-dimensional. Adorable. I just love him. Okay, so we're going to start off with a piece of basic black cardstock that's 8.5 by 5.5. And I've taken another piece of the designer series paper. I think that is so cute. But we're going to be using this stripes. This is another piece that is in the Frightfully Fun, or the Spooktacular DSP this one is from. And it has all of these great characters in it, plus this striped paper. It also has like this Frankenstein, there's a skeleton, this little guy, lots of fun papers, as well as here's the little, so lots of fun papers, as well as on the opposite sides are the stripes. So really good base for Halloween things. This one I took a little bit of the same DSP. This one comes from the Frightfully Fun 12 by 12 Designer Series Pack of paper. And I did heat emboss that, so you can see it's kind of shiny. I like that look to it. This one is going to go on the inside, so we'll do that. This is just a 3 3/4 by 5 inch piece of Designer Series paper. And this one is a 3 3/4 piece of Designer Series paper. Just going to decorate that like that. And your kits, when they come in the mail, you will not have sentiments, but you will have all of the die cuts, and you will, of course, get Designer Series paper. So you will have to be cutting your own Designer Series paper. But you can always refer back to this video for measurements. So this one is 5 1/4 by 4 inches this way, 5 1/4 this way, and then 3 3/4 by 3/4 of an inch. And then we're going to have another piece of black. I wrote all of these dimensions down, but apparently not. So this one is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And I'm going to keep that here because I am going to do this one. We did a little skeleton for this card. And that is 3 inches by 4 inches. So the face that you're going to use is 3 by 4 inches. And we're just going to layer that right on top of there. And then I am going to put this up on some dimensionals. And again, you'll be cutting your own DSP, so you can use any piece of DSP that you want, and it is 3 inches by 5/8 of an inch. So you can make yours longer if you wanted to, or wider if you wanted to, depending on what kind of sentiments you're going to put on there. And I'm going to kind of put it right over that little piece of there. I think that's his chin. So that's going to go there. And I'm going to bring my ghost over here. So we're going to use a bat. I just cut out some extra little bats. The bats were die cut. And I'm just going to take my fingernail and do a little bit behind the wing. Just kind of press it into the wing with my other one on top. So it'll kind of give it that, like it's in flight look to it. And again, I'm going to put a dimensional on the back of it. And there's lots of ways you can customize this. I left a little bit of room down here so I could put an accessory. You can leave it on this side and put a ribbon in there if you wanted to. But I kind of wanted mine to have this look to it. And again, you can easily make it your own by adding some pieces onto the sides of it. I'm going to add a little bit of my black dimensionals here. Did you guys know dimensionals came in black? I don't use them very often, but for a card like this, it comes in really, really handy And I want it to kind of match that color on there. And I did use white behind my bat, and you can see that white dimensional kind of looks like white in his eyes there. I'm just going to lift up his wings a little bit more. Okay, so we're going to use some black dimensionals, and I'm going to cut these pieces around the edge. Just so that it will give it a good, sturdy base. Pull that off there. And I think it's going to be just about the right size to fit right on there. So we'll put this one here, and then let's see if I can get this one off here. Oh goodness, this one really wants to, there we go. And I'll just put this right there. And then I'm just going to take this little piece and put it in there. And we're going to add this to our card. This card class is a great way for you to not have to invest in Halloween sets, but to just be able to use some of the die cuts and the designer series paper and make your Halloween cards that way. A lot of customers who say, I don't do Halloween, but I have a special little neighbor I'd like to send it to, or something like that. So there we go. And this is a great one. You'll have 4 cards that will be prepped and coming to you. I think this is just a really fun one. And you have that little matching inside to it. Here's another take on it. Of course, you can do with the different colors of paper. And you'll get plenty of paper there. So this one, it uses some of the shimmery stripes paper. I don't know if you guys can see this, but that shimmery stripes is so gorgeous. And I've just flicked the background on this using my my blender pen. So we'll get started on this one. I also took some gray paper and did a little wink of Stella all the way around it. So you get that kind of fun wink of Stella look to it. So we're going to jump in and get started with this one. And I have all my little notes in here. This one I did not do oh yes, I did do an inside for it. There it is. So this is my inside, and it's 3 3/4 by, I think, 3/4. Yeah, 3 3/4 by 3/4 of an inch. And your white piece is 5 by 3 1/2, which is always what I do my inside pieces with. And I just do that because that way I can get an extra piece. Your piece of paper is 8 1/2, so I do one at 5, and then I have that 3 1/2 inch piece left. So that's the way I get a little more use out of my white inserts for the inside of my card. So we'll put that one in there. And then I've used my die cuts to make this little banner and the boo in 3 of these little spiders. These little spiders are so cute. They have a little happy face on them. I think that's adorable. And then I have 3 of the little dots. And again, this is my web. When I do the web, it will come in your kit just like this. So you'll have it on smoky gray paper, and the back of the paper is going to look white because it is going to be die cut with some adhesive paper already on it. It makes it so much easier to stick this down. So here's your shimmery paper, and if you're not familiar with flicking or spattering, what you're going to do is just, I always give my blends a bit of a shake. I'm going to take that brush end and take it off, and then I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm just going to whack it. So I'm going to hold my pen at a 90-degree angle and just whack it. And we're going to really coat this so you can see it, okay? See all that orange from the blend and the shimmer? Let's see if I can get it up there so you can see it. So, so pretty. Okay, so then we're going to go ahead and build our card. I'm going to start with my web, and I'm going to kind of put it up in that upper left-hand corner. Of course, placement is totally your choice. I'm going to split the adhesive backing off. So it's just going to go like this. If you have any trouble, you can use your adhesive, take your pick tool. I'm just going to put that right in there. And we're going to add some spiders. Now I have 2 spiders that have that adhesive back on them. Again, just for the ease of adding them. I am not a fun glue person, so I like to add adhesive paper whenever I can. And especially for these tiny little arms and legs on the spider. And I think I'm going to put this one kind of over here. And you guessed it, my boo has some sticky adhesive on it. So I'm just going to peel that away. And I'm going to put that right onto my banner. And these dies do come with the Web of Fun. So it has, it actually has lots of really cool dies in it. I like this happy Halloween night. Your spider, you have just an outline for a spider, your boo, and then we have our web and the banner and some tags. That tag will fit the happy. Lots of options with this stamp set. And you also have a stamp for the web, the little spider, October 31, very spooky. So lots of really good options in that stamp set. And I'm going to put this up on dimensionals. I'm going to go back to my white ones for this. And I probably could have used my bigger white ones, but we'll just kind of use a lot of these in place of the bigger white ones. And you can, if you have a problem getting the backs off, again, bring in your take your pick tool. And I'm going to put this little boo right about here. And then this spider is going to get some dimensionals behind it. I'm going to put them right on the body. And you can see he's white because he has the sticky adhesive paper already on him. So normally that would be a black piece of cardstock. And would be black there. Oh, got a little one stuck to me there. Rider. A little freebie ride along. And we'll just add this guy here. Oh, I'm going to run right over this guy, so I'm going to him off very, very gently. And I'll put this guy down here. And I can put this guy kind of down in here. There we go. I'm going to add some of these little dots. Remember I said it was ghosts, bats, and dots were the accessories that you'll be getting, and these are the little dots. So I'm going to put some in here, and one down here. There we go. I'm going to add this guy. I don't know how I missed it, but I'm going to add him to the inside. These will be the first two cards. There we go. I kind of want them to come down. And if you want to, you can draw a little black line there so it looks like he's kind of floating in there. This one is going to go on with some dimensionals. So again, I'm going to bring in my black dimensionals to put this up there with. These are some nice big dimensionals, so get them spread out. And I do have these two pieces I cut from the back. We'll get those on there. And I do think I'm going to add two more just in here because we want this to be nice and sturdy. So you can see there's not a lot of stamping. This card had no stamping at all. So you will have all of the supplies you need to make a quick card. If you want to order another additional accessory pack or a die cut pack for $10, I will die cut some extra webs and spiders. So if you need just one more card like this, I'm happy to add some die cuts in there for you to make an extra one. Okay, now let's get this on there. I always have lots of these dimensional backings hanging out. And these die cuts too are great for making little treat bags or snack bags. And this one is 3 3/4 by 5. Isn't that cute, you guys? I just think that is adorable. And then you have this fun little spider on the inside. And this one we did kind of the same way. I moved some of my things around. So that is card number 2, and this is card number 1. So again, you have a couple different options with your DSP that you're going to be getting. So those are our first two cards for our August Happy Mail or In the Mail class. And I will be back Friday at noon to share the other two cards with you. If you want a sneak peek, I can do that. Here is one of them. Last one backed off this one. Oh, it goes this way. Here we go. That's one of the other two we'll be doing. And again, this one has no stamping. It's just die cuts. I'm sorry, that back is stamped there. And then this one. And again, this one, the stamping is just right here, and you could add any sentiment that you wanted. So you're going to get that DSP. So thanks for tuning in, you guys, and I hope to see you. Set a little alarm so you can be here on Friday at noon. Thanks so much. If you have any questions about the In the Mail class, please let me know.